Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you two websites that you can go to. One, to remove a background for free. There's no software that you have to install or anything. And then two is how to turn that photo that you just removed the background from into an SVG so that you can use that in Cricut Design Space. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the websites and I'm going to point out the websites that I'll be using. The first one is remove.bg. That's the website address, remove.bg. This is the one I'm going to use to remove the background. Once I get the background removed, I'm going to go over to the free SVG converter, which is picsvg.com, and I'm going to upload the photo that I removed the background from to turn it into an SVG. And again, you don't have to install any software. You can use both these websites for free. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to upload my image, and you'll just take a picture that you have saved on your computer somewhere. So I'm going to use this photo, and you can see it had that black background, and it just removed that black background. Now, if you have anything left that you would like to further edit out of the photo, you just click on Edit and Erase, and then it's going to give you this eraser, which you can see the size here going around my screen, and you would just erase whatever parts you don't want. So if I wanted to make this where my shoulders aren't so broad right there, we could do that, and maybe take out a little bit here. And then if you mess up, and let's say you say, well, I could have left that part in. If there's any place that you messed up that you want to correct it, you can do that just by clicking on undo. And this is the undo, and it'll put back the last thing that you took out. Okay. And if you decide you want to put it back, then you just click on the opposite, which is redo. So I'm going to leave mine a little bit like this. And I'm okay with that. And I'm going to go ahead and select download. You can share the image or download it. I'm going to download it. And once it downloads the image, it's going to put Remove BG in the title. So it will be easy for you to figure out which photo has the background removed if you can't see it that easily. So I'm just going to right click here and save as. And I've already saved this in my computer before, so I'm just going to hit save, but I didn't erase out some parts of the image, so we'll still go with that. And then once you get that image saved to your computer, the Remove BG image, then you want to go to free SVG converter. Again, it's picsvg.com, and you're going to click on upload a picture. And you're going to take the photo that you just removed the background from. So this is the one where I edited out a little bit of my shoulders, and I'm going to click on open. And if you scroll down, you'll see there's your SVG. Now you can play around with some of the details here. You can use the invert, and you can change that invert to strengthen the lines, to kind of clean up your image a little bit, to make it a little bit easier when you go to weave this project. So I kind of like that. And I'll show you how you can kind of remove some of this noise here, you know, to kind of clean up the photo and to kind of take away these little marks here. We'll see what we can do. So you also have the ability to change this from great to strong to see what that will look like, to see if that's even better for you. If you scroll down, you'll see the images there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say save image as, And actually, you have a button here that you can click on download SVG. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to download that image for you. And we're just going to go ahead and save it. And there's your file name. And it shows you that this is a scalable vector graphic, which is your SVG. So I'm just going to save that. And now I'm going to go over Cricut Design Space. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a template. So like if you wanted to put this image, let's say on a t-shirt or something like that, then I'm just going to type in t-shirt, and this is Cricut Design Space that I'm using. And then once you get your t-shirt in, you can change, is this a shirt for a woman or a man or a child? What size is the shirt? And what color will your shirt be? So we're just going to leave our shirt white. And then we're going to go to upload, and we're going to upload our SVG. We're going to go back to our desktop, and there's our SVG file. Now your SVG file is going to look just like this. It's not going to look like the image that you initially created, okay? So we're going to go ahead and open that. And it's going to automatically give you the option to cut only, okay? And you're just going to upload and then select the image and add to canvas. Now, mind you, we have our t-shirt already there, so we can kind of play around with the image to see what it's going to look like. So if we drag it out a little bit here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can find some of this noise, like these little dots here, and see if I can remove them. And all you do is just go over to the right side where you have basically what we would consider contours, and you just click on the eye, and it's going to show you where you moved. If you look closely, you'll be able to see this right here is the dot that I'm removing. Okay, so I'm going to click on a couple of those and see if I can kind of clean up the image a bit. Be careful that you're not removing like your nose parts or anything like that. So all I'm doing is coming over to the right side here and deselecting some of these little dots that I don't want in it. And I can see them moving here. So let's see what this is. Okay, we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that. And all you have to do is just look at the image. I can see that that is that little dot, that little line right there. So when I click on it, you're going to see it remove. Okay, so all you have to do is just kind of look at the image. So I cleaned up some of that noise in there. I want to get that one right there. Let's see if we can find that. And yeah, that's that little mark right there. And sometimes it's a little bit harder when you're working with smaller pieces, but you know, just take your time. Just take your time. And that's my mouth. I don't want to remove my mouth. I'm going to try to get some of this stuff up under my neck. So you're basically just clicking to see where you can find, you know, the little parts that you want to remove. Some of them are going to be easier. That's a part of my ear. That's my nose. I don't want that big old thing in the picture. So all I'm doing is just cleaning this photo up to make it a little bit easier on me when I go in to weed it. And I don't like this sideburn looking thing, which is actually a part of my grin, but I want to see if I can find that little baby right there. Let me see if I can find that. So let's see if it's something. All right, so that's my hat. So let's go back up. And more of my hat. And I'm not going to take a lot of time with this. I'm just trying to see if I can figure out where it is. And if I can't, then I'll just keep going. It kind of looks like a little twirly kind of thing. Let's see. That's more of my hat. That's my eye. That's my nose, my mouth. Trying to decide if I want to remove it. I think I do. I think it's too much for my liking. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that. So this is kind of what you're gonna be working with when you go to weed this. And you wanna make sure that you still have size restrictions so that you can, right now you can see it's an 11 by 5 by 12.1. So we will have to kind of bring it in a little bit here. Oh, it's actually 17. So the height is 17. So we're gonna bring that in. And of course I can make it 17 because I do have a size 24 mat. But you wanna make sure that, you kind of keep it in there. So that's how you go in, guys. And you can make the shirt to be, play around with whatever color shirt that you're gonna be using. So I'm just going over to the right-hand side here. Let's see. There was some little dot that was on the screen. All right. But you can go and you can kind of play around with the canvas shirt based on what color shirt you're going to be putting this on. So you can see that, kind of see what it'll look like on your different color shirts. And if you're in the Christmassy spirit, you can do that. Okay. And you can also change the color of the SVG to whatever you would like, depending on, just kind of playing around with it to see what looks better for you. And of course, that black is it. Okay. Now, once you get your SVG on the screen, you want to make sure before you click on Make It that you click on Attach. That's going to put all those little pieces together, because if you click on Make It, it's just going to scramble all over your screen. But once you click on Make It, and it's going to take a minute because this has a lot of little pieces to it. So Cricut is going to take a second before it brings it up. So when I get ready to wig this, because I am going to put this on a t-shirt, it's going to be a work in progress. Let me just say that. So we'll give Cricut a minute. And if it takes too long, then I'll go ahead and end the video, but I will record when I do put this on a t-shirt. So yeah, while Cricut's doing that, let's take a look at the websites again that you can actually use. You have your Remove BG, that's going to remove the background. If you don't want to remove the background, but you want to enhance the background, you can also go to Background. And then you have two little buttons here. You have a photo button and a color button. If you use the photo button, it's going to put a photo background in your picture. Okay. So you can do that if you want to just change the background. And then if you don't want to change the background with the photo, you can also use a color. So you can see how the background is changing colors. Now, if you go to photo, if you have a background that you want to use, you can click on Upload Background. And I'm going to go to desktop here for a second. And I'm going to find a background that I want to put in. I'm gonna find something Christmassy since I have that hat on. Let's see what I find. Okay. That's not Christmassy, Doris. Okay, let's try one more again here. I think I got one called like plaids or something like that. Okay. Since I'm not pressed, I'm just trying to show you that you can upload your own background. I'm just going to go with something that's already out here. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go back to patterns. I'm just going to select one of these. But if you have a background, you can use that. So you can see how I just uploaded a background. So if you have some Christmas backgrounds that you want to use, let me see if I can find something really quick. I'm just going to say free Christmas background. Let's try here. I'm just going to right click and save image as. I'm just going to put it on my desktop right quick. And it's okay, there's royalty, picture and royalty free, because I was about to say, let me not play with that one. All right, and so what I would do is I would then go back to remove BG and click on upload background and go back to my desktop. And let's look up here. There's the image. Click on open. And now you can see it put that background in there for me. So you do have options when you're working with Remove BG. I know a lot of times we'll come out as creators and we'll just show you, how to remove the background, but, not go into a lot of detail about how you can use the backgrounds that are already in Remove BG to kind of play around with those. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's see if Cricut finished doing its thing. And it's still thinking. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. It's only because there is a lot of little pieces to this. So that's something to take into consideration. You may want to remove, this is what we really call noise, as much of these little pieces as possible. Like I could have did a better job with cleaning up around this part here so that all that is not a part of my image. But you can kind of play around with it. My main goal was just to show you how to go in to remove the background and also take that picture and then upload it into Pick SVG to turn it into an SVG and then download that and bring it into Cricut Design Space. All right. All right, so once I do my shirt, I will share it with you guys so you can see how it turned out. I think it's going to be great. If you have any questions about this process, then feel free to reach out. And if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you so much for supporting me via YouTube. And if not, and this is the first time you're seeing me and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And if you are currently following me on Facebook in my Facebook group, Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much. And if not, and you would like to join us with my Facebook group, then you can go to Ken Doris's Cricut and Creative Crafters to join us there. So Cricut finally just brought it in. And it's only because it's showing that at least one of my parts of my image exceeds the 11.5, so I can fix that. But other than that, here you can see there is my SVG file for me to now go ahead and have Cricut to cut this out for me. And then I would weed it and then use heat transfer vinyl of course, to put this on my shirt. Now, when you're using HTV, you want to make sure that you mirror that image, because otherwise you're going to just have wasted all of your time. Okay. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You know, my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And you guys have a great day.